Ding! My phone notified me that I received another email. A financial aid task requires your attention. I grabbed the device, hopeful that it was the long awaited confirmation that everything finally processed successfully. To my disappointment, I read, more documentation is required for eligibility verification for FAFSA. I couldn't even contain the anger that came across my face. This was my fourth attempt, and I was so fed up. Today, we are going to be sharing with you our insight and recommendations on how to develop the financial aid communication and overall appearance to improve their clientele so that the department can begin to minimize those disappointing emails. Now, let me introduce you to our executive consultant, Mallory Jeter, who will be giving you an exclusive look on the background of Fund Solving Consulting Company.
At Fund Solving Consulting Company, we strive to provide clients with an experience that will build a reliable relationship. By doing this, we have developed a loyal client base over our 8 years in business. We abide by an ethics code, and we have keys to success that have been proven to be effective over our time in the business. At Fund Solving Consulting Company, our company logo is Your Vision, Our Process. So what this means to us is you guys have a vision, something that you want this department to be. You give it to us, and we evaluate the whole entire department. And we determine what areas we think are lacking, and we use our tools to help y'all reach your full potential. So internally in our company, some things that we focus on and we believe in implementing in our client companies are retraining and cross-training. So with this, it helps everybody be a uniform front and to know what's going on in the business and to also give clients the right answers. So we're not giving different answers to people depending on who they talk to in our company. Also, with our clients, we focus on frequent communication. We want to be touching base with you guys almost every week to make sure that y'all are still doing okay with the recommendations that we've made, but also just to see how y'all feel about the things that we're implementing in the business. So we also like to do face-to-face interactions, which means we would just come out and visit you at your company. This way it helps not to become so distant. Because if we're emailing and we're calling, sometimes you can lose that physical relationship or that trust just because you're just over the electronics. And lastly, next I have consultant Holly Middleton, and she'll be providing you with a statement of need detailing why this department needs our help.
Why does the University of West Georgia Financial Aid Department need Fund Solving Consulting Company? Well, as students are faced with the cost of attendance, fundamentally, the Financial Aid Department is one of the most important departments on campus. They handle student loans, scholarships, and grants, and anything that students can attain through the school in order to help fund their education. Fund Solving Consulting Company wants to help the University of West Georgia's Financial Aid Department improve the efficiency in the department by providing expert knowledge and recommendations and improving in 3 of the following areas. Number 1 would be strengthening external communication. Number 2 would be improving the overall department image. And number 3 would be increasing student involvement. With our credible background and experience of over a decade, we believe we will be able to help this department improve significantly. Looking closer at those 3 areas that I just mentioned before, strengthening external communications. It's all about learning how to communicate better with your outside audience. This can allow your department to really excel while reaching more of a student body. Number 2 would be increasing student involvement. That really just has a lot to do with knowing how to get the students to actively participate, whether this be through workshops, events, or anything else that the financial aid department wants to implement in order to help students get to participate and learn more about the department. And 3 would be improving the department image. This is really all just about becoming more recognizable, knowing that the department has an image that they need to uphold and that they need to be more helpful to the students, provide a helping hand, let them know that yes, the financial aid department or the financial aid process is hard, it's difficult, but we're here to help you through whatever you need. This would help a lot with not producing as many negative thoughts. The financial aid department has to follow congressional laws that they can't really alter. There's strict guidelines that there's nothing that they can do to change. And even though that they have this kind of setback, they should definitely think more outside of the box when it comes to learning to be better for their students. Fund Solving Consulting Company, we want to help the financial aid department get better. We want to take your vision and we want to take you through our process and we want to provide exceptional results. There's this quote that I read. It's 6 Reasons Why Internal Campus Communication is Important by Joshua Kim. He states that he has a theory that communication is actually really hard and that there are trained individuals who are educated, trained, and experienced, and that we should listen to these individuals. Well, these individuals happen to be some of the consultants on our team at Fund Solving Consulting Company. We're educated, we're trained, and we're experienced. And we want to do whatever we can in order to help you because we know that communication is a hard process. Sometimes we have all these ideas, but we're not sure of how we want to communicate those. We know that the University of West Georgia Financial Aid Department has a need for us, and we want to help them fulfill this need so that students will appreciate the financial aid department more. All right, and so I'm going to turn this over to one of the consultants on our team. Her name is Camille Heath, and she's going to talk to you guys about the internal and external communication here at the University of West Georgia.
Next, I'll be speaking on our strategies regarding external communication. We have several propositions in order to help you expand and make your business more efficient. The advice we give to clients and their companies are made and reviewed in order to help change a company's external communication for the better. Our suggestions are provided to hopefully guarantee to intensify your company and hopefully continue that positive change for years to come if you continue to follow these new ideas. Our current communication strategies include several options, just like internal, mainly consisting of emails and sometimes phone calls or face-to-face communication, depending on how urgent the topic is exactly. Emails are typically sent out informing students of payments or any other information regarding financial aid that they might be requesting. We spoke to Mr. Hussey, the director of the financial aid department at the University of West Georgia, and he provided a variety of strengths and weaknesses he believes the financial aid department has. A big weakness is the fact that their policies are based on federal rules and not the university's own rules, and students have a hard time knowing that and sometimes just believe that it's the university's regulations and not someone else's. Students are not heavily involved with the department, so that's another reason why they are not necessarily understanding that, and it can give the financial aid department a bad reputation sometimes. It's clear that Mr. Hussey and the department are aware of the weaknesses that they possess, and I believe should use them to better their services with the help of students that are interested. The main problem is the relationship between the department and the university students, because the students believe that all policies are created and enforced by the university rather than federal regulations. Also, the number of emails sent out to students could be controlled more just because of how much is sent out. Students typically may just look over an email or not, just delete them and not pay attention to them just because of the amount that they are getting. Overall, it's our goal to ensure that these departments are known for their positive reputation and quality in their services. We find great pleasure in hearing about departments that are using our options from our advice and enforcing them with great success to follow. Today, I'll be speaking on our options for internal communication within the company. At Fund Solving Consulting Company, our team consists of experts creating new and unique ideas to help grow a business. We offer several options that will help you and your business expand and become more efficient. Our current communication strategies are all very different. We have oral, written, and face-to-face. Communication is the key aspect in ensuring that financial aid departments stay efficient and close with their clients. Communication between financial aid departments, their main directors, and other members and employees is primarily through email. It has been found to be a top communication option so students can get a semi-quick response and don't have to come up to the campus in order to find out information regarding financial aid. Similar to external options, communication can also be conducted through phone calls or face-to-face interaction like mentioned previously if the issue is extremely urgent. This service, along with its direct supervisor, helps aid students with financial aid. However, they can also call the main department with concerns, questions, or tougher situations they might have. We compared two different universities, University of West Georgia located here in Carrollton and the University of Georgia located in Athens. Between the two, we found that email was also a very common option that they had for their students regarding financial aid. The department has face-to-face meetings every other day at the University of Georgia. At these meetings, the director will go over any agenda items that he feels may have come up since the last meeting, and then he allows employees to bring concerns and give updates on their caseloads. So that was a difference that we noticed between us and the University of Georgia. In conclusion, Fund Solving Consulting is confident in the strategy and advice provided in order to better financial aid departments and their communication throughout the nation's universities. I will continue to inform you of all the communication strategies that we have, but we'll continue with external communication instead of internal.
As a team at Fund Solving Consulting Company, we have worked hard to create some recommendations we think will help improve the financial aid department at the University of West Georgia. We believe if the financial aid department follows our recommendations, it will help the department and help it run more efficiently. Our company has helped many other companies in the past with the recommendations we have created. We believe if the department improves its image, student involvement, and external communications, it can be a better department. One of the first things the financial aid department needs to put on is its department image. If the department improves upon its image, it will help students and faculty have a better outlook on the department. It's important for the financial aid department to inform students and parents that they have to follow congressional laws that have been created, especially when they become frustrated with the paperwork that they have to fill out. It's not the financial aid department choice. They have laws they have to follow, and they can get in trouble if they don't. Another thing that students need to know about the financial aid department is that their office is actually located on the 3rd floor Parker Hall and not the 1st floor. Most students don't know that because the 1st floor is actually enrollment services. The financial aid department also needs to improve upon its student involvement because there's not very much student involvement in the department. It'd be good for the department to host its own events because it'll help it connect better with students because they don't have their own events. They connect their events with other departments like enrollment services and things like that. It would also be good for them to create job opportunities within the department for students because there is no student involvement in that. It'll help students understand how the financial aid department runs, and it'll help them connect better with the department. Another thing that needs to be worked on is external communications. The communications between faculty and staff is not very good. You need to improve upon how you communicate with the students. It's not very good. It doesn't create a very good connection with students if you only communicate through mass chain emails. It'd be nice if your department sent personal message every now and again to students to just create that connection and bond with them. It's important for the financial aid department to improve itself so it can be a better department for the students and staff at the University of West Georgia because it's beneficial to the students and employees to have the department be better.
In conclusion, I would like to reiterate to you the fact that we have mentored many different facilities at several different Ivy League schools and have led them to tremendous growth rates. Our team's number one goal is to make sure we lead your establishment to success. With the help of our internal communication, external communication, and recommendations, the financial aid department is guaranteed to see improvement in no time. Thank you for your time. Any questions? Far as how much time and effort it takes for the recommendations to be put in place, typically about 30 full days of consecutively pushing the recommendations we have suggested will help you to start to see a lot of improvements.
Hey everyone, so this question is tell me how the letting students and parents know about the congressional laws set in place and the fact that the financial aid department is obliged to follow them recommendation will help improve the department slash organizational overall image. So, in my opinion, I feel like simply letting the students and parents know, bottom line, communicating with them, which is one of the most important things that you can do, especially when something is out of your control, will help improve the image because right now, students slash parents are probably wondering why does my child or why do I have to fill out extra verification forms because every year a certain amount of students are picked to fill out extra verification forms and they probably wonder why, but they need to know that this has nothing to do with the financial aid department, and they're just following the rules that they're made to follow by. I feel like sometimes people are a little bit more understanding when they know that things are out of others' control, and there's a big fine line between knowing that you can fix a problem and still not fixing it, but also having a problem and not being able to fix it. Like in this situation, the financial aid department is just simply doing what they're supposed to do. I think this would, in terms, help fix the overall department image by maybe taking away some of the negative thoughts that the parents or students have towards the financial aid department once they figure out that the financial aid department is just simply following the rules.
So, what we hope will happen from this recommendation of having your own events will be that your image will become more recognizable to students. So, instead of when they get to orientation and they hear a message about the financial aid department and what to do, they'll actually be like, oh, I know that that's in Parker Hall. I know where to go. I know who I need to talk to. Instead of just being kind of a question, do I email? Do I go here? Do I call? What's the best option? Hopefully, after this recommendation, people will know, oh, I saw her at this event that I went to. They'll know that this is who they need to communicate with and this is how they need to communicate.
I chose the question, why would working with your consulting company be a smart choice and or investment? Working with Fund Solving Consulting Company is a very smart choice and investment for those who come to us. We provide consulting to help organizations like yours to improve performance and efficiency. Our professionals analyze business and create solutions while also helping companies meet their goals. We ensure that our recommendations will improve and bring satisfaction and success to your company for years to come.
Our consultant company believes if your department hosts its own events, it will help increase student involvement because if you host your own events, students will want to go to the events and it helps create a connection between the financial aid department and the students at the University of West Georgia. When you host your own events, it makes the students see that your department is efficient and that they are able to run well and be able to help them whenever they need with all their financial aid problems when they're trying to register financial aid and for things like that. So it's good for the department to host its own events and that the students are able to see that the department is a unit of itself and not involved with other departments like enrollment services, because most students they don't know that enrollment services does a lot of things for that financial aid department, but it's important that the students associate the financial aid department as its own standing by itself department and not hooked in with other different departments. So it's good for them to be able to it's good for you to be able to host your own events to increase student involvement.
And lastly, our takeaways. Communication is key, but the method of communication is even more important. In order to be impactful, you must establish your own image. Hopefully, our company will be able to help you go through the process and to learn the tools that are needed to help you reach your full potential. We appreciate you taking the time to listen and to be open to our recommendations. Thank you.